What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for episode 27 of our Madden 24 Arizona Cardinals franchise mode. Where today we're going to go through training camp, hopefully get a lot of gold medals and a couple dev traits. We're going to go through the preseason, show some highlights, get through it, hopefully injury-free, maybe find a sleeper or two on the roster, and we're going to gear up for week 1 of our third season here with the Arizona Cardinals. After crashing and burning, we were the 1 seed in the NFC last year, and we got absolutely pumped against the Carolina Panthers. It's a game that I'm trying to Men in Black pen out of my god dang memory. But we are rocking and rolling here this season after another outstanding draft. Maybe we didn't get the superstar freak talent that we did in our very first offseason. In a draft that yielded to us a starting center that gave us probably the best young receiver, regardless, wide receiver, tight end in the NFL. We had Roosevelt Bonds here, who suffered through injury, missed 5-6 games, part of the running back strike, and still finished second place in Offensive Rookie of the Year voting. An outstanding player. We also, on the defensive side, number 1 overall pick, Kenny Hodges. 6 interceptions a year ago. Had to do that. Because getting a corner first overall, you need like immediate type production in return. And then we got a human animal hybrid here in Alex Jones at defensive tackle. So pound for pound, last year's draft, our first draft, tough to compete with. I think we have a shot here depending on what the dev traits. We landed in the draft on the offensive line, Trevor Hurst out of Miami, hidden dev. And he's going to start day 1 as a rookie unless he has a absolutely terrible preseason, which it's going to have to be pretty noticeable for you to stand on the interior of the line. We added a blocking fullback, the yin to the yang of Marcus House, who's an all-out receiver. Cam Rollins, a little bit more of an old-school type player. Very excited to see what this dev trait is, as he was a blocking tight end with elite in the speed and strength department. So that is going to be something to keep an eye on. Out of all my players, he was one of the latest picks, too. I think he was actually our final pick that had a hidden dev. I might be more intrigued about what his dev is going to be than any other player in this class. We added some speed at wide receiver in Steven Archibald, 77, deep threat out of Oregon. Big-time playmaker. Love a lot of his traits. 95 change of direction, 90 jumping, 92 agility, 85 spec catch, 97 speed, 90. I don't like the discrepancy I said when we drafted him. I would like to see maybe a little bit more acceleration. It's good that he has something to work on, but there could be a potential fallout with this selection in the first round, given the fact that it's been 2 straight seasons of, I don't know if Hollywood Brown is consistent enough to be of value to our squad at his salary and at his cap hit. So we're going to see kind of how things break out. Obviously, he's still a very good player. He's just far too inconsistent for us. For the fact that for most of this franchise, he has been our highest rated skill position player. Look, he had to go over 1,000 yards, inconsistent, and honestly, it just feels like the last 3-4 games of every regular season is when he heats up, when he's unstoppable, but he is an absolute ghost for the beginning of the regular season, which just the consistency has never been there with Hollywood Brown. So the selection here of Archibald in the first round might rock the boat a little bit for a player that has been rumored to be on the trade block, maybe not the most happy being here in Arizona. So that will be something to kind of pay attention to as we get out of the preseason and into the regular season before the trade deadline. On the defensive side of the ball, we added a nice interior pass rusher here in Braylon Duval out of Ohio State, 73 with a hidden dev as one of our 6 draft picks that have a hidden dev. So the odds are in our favor that not all 6 of these guys are going to be star, and we got something special. We got Silas, who was this guy, a complete bonus. I just got him because he looked like, nothing special. I thought he was going to be average, to be honest with you, and he came out of nowhere with a dev trait. He is going to be our third linebacker. Don't get on the field a whole lot, but he is going to definitely get on the field. He's going to be Kaiser White, who made some plays for us last year, who we ended up let walk through free agency. So I like seeing that in Silas. What else did we do? We signed a couple guys in free agency, but it wasn't anything too crazy, right? We just, for the most part, we can't even see. We got a tight end. We got Brevin Jordan, who now is surplus because we drafted a hidden dev tight end in the draft. We signed Chad Muma, who was a high pick, second round pick, I think, of the Jags. coming out of Wyoming. He was projected to be a starter, and then we got Silas in the draft, so now he's just kind of depth. But we do have injuries on, so obviously depth is not a bad issue. But the big get for us in free agency is former Philadelphia Eagle Milton Williams, who essentially, I mean, I assume like he didn't necessarily pop off with Philly. It looks like he left the Eagles, right? Then went to Seattle for 2 years and really last year dominated. 58 tackles, 13 TFLs, 11 sacks for Milton Williams, who has obviously an outstanding athletic profile. That is what got him drafted by the Eagles in the first place. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to be able to add to this defensive line rotation. 84 strength, 88 power move, 88 tackle, 83 speed, 86 acceleration. Monster, man. This guy's an absolute monster. Definitely going to be a fun player for us to use her, especially if, you know, our usual user on the defensive line, if we're not controlling Owen Papo, linebacker in Ojulari, who is, if you don't know, you got to know. You got to know, man. Look at the stats. Broke the sack record. Maybe I didn't do enough justice hyping up just how good of a season BJ Ojulari had last year. In S tier, one of the all-time greatest. Now, I will say, the pressure is on for him not to be a one-hit wonder. How many times have you looked at the all-time sack leaders? Let's go look at that real quick before we get into the training camp. And I'm just stalling because I'm very nervous that I'm going to absolutely botch this training camp and not get any dev traits, not get any gold medals. But how many times, especially when you look at the NFL records here, look at single-season sacks. Now, I'm not saying all these guys are busts, right? Obviously, Watt, Taylor, Dolman, White. But, like, when you get your, like, Mark Gastineau, for an example, I think it's safe to say good player. Maybe not necessarily, but, like, the amount of players that will just have an outlier year in terms of sacks, career-high sacks. You know, if this list was expanded to the top 20, there's going to be guys there that are like, oh, that was kind of like a 1 year. Remember, like, Jason Babbitt for the Eagles 1 year. You're probably going, who the hell is that? He had, like, 17 sacks. So the point being, yes, he set a record, which is incredibly impressive. But is he a flash in a pan, which is something we have seen historically in the NFL for pass rushers, is they have one big year, and then everything else after that kind of falls. Like, off the top of your head, if you're a fan of a different team, you probably know one or two guys that had just one huge year in terms of sacks and production and then kind of fell off a little bit. So there is a little bit of pressure there on Ojulari. But now it is time to get into training camp, a very important training camp where we got a lot of different player battles. I think the biggest one for us still is going to be chasing that superstar dev trait increase on Kyler Murray. So we're going to try our best. It's going to be tough. I'm not particularly good at these two passing drills, at getting gold medals. I can get the silver. I can get that one skill point silver in the passing skeleton. I've got gold. I can count that on one hand. So every other drill, though, it's going to be pretty fun to meet some of our players. I'll show you some of the highlights here, and then we'll get into the preseason. Finally, I can show a good drill. Everything's been bronze so far, but we're doing red zone with Marcus House, which means it's time just to absolutely cook. And I think what's 10K? We're going to get, barring something terrible happening, we're going to get our first gold with House absolutely working over Kenny Hodges. That is two of the very best players in the NFL, but House is a different beast. All right, we got a little bit of revenge here. Kenny Hodges, he's going up against Mapletron. Guess we're lucky there. I'd rather go up against him than Rondale Moore. Get out of here. Going for gold. This is probably my favorite drill. Like, when I used to play the yard, I like playing DB. And it's something that, like, because you just never do when you're playing franchise mode. User a corner, for example. But, I mean, I loved it. I liked it more than playing wide receiver. I liked it more than playing running back. Honestly, I might have liked it more than playing quarterback. So what do you got here? Ooh. All right, good throw. Still another gold medal. Stacking them. Had a couple options here for the trench battle. Probably the easiest drill to get gold on. I thought maybe Ojulari at 92 because they'd bring him up to, immediately to a 93. But we got Milton Williams here, new signing. I want to see what he has to offer. We know what Ojulari has to offer, and you can say BJ Ojulari being 92 going into his third season. Might be ahead of schedule. Maybe doesn't need that rating point. But we got a newcomer like Milton Williams who's an absolute monster. And I want to see it firsthand in 1v1 drills against my decent, maybe not great, but I'd say pretty decent across the board offensive line here. He is doing pretty well. Give me that. Give me that point! Come on! Get off me. Now, destroy the Oompa Loompa. We got one more. One more to go. One more good rep. No nonsense. This is a drill here where you run it like this, like 2 really good times, and then you get caught up. Look, let's just run right past you. Then you get caught up in these, like, spinny things, and it, like, glitches you out a little bit. Like, right there. What the heck? Come on. Come on, Milton! Yeah, wasn't Milton the name of the guy from Office Space? I believe you have my stapler. You ever see that movie? I think his name was Milton. Either way, another gold medal. Give me one dev trait, though, please, of all these golds. We'll go for a personal best. The amount of times, this is the #1 drill we've done in this franchise, is getting gold medals with Owen Papo, trying to trace dev traits. And at this, I mean, if we get like 100,000, do they just got to give us the superstar dev automatically? Oh, I took the wrong angle. No! Get up! No! God damn it. We might have a chance, though, to go on a streak. We need 30,000. That's going to be pretty tough. If anyone can do it, it's Owen Papo. I don't know if I've ever got 100 on this. I've got close. We're not getting it. Damn it! For our wide receiver drill, we're going to go with the first-round pick, Archibald. I'm going to try not to cheese it too much, but this is, since I've learned the cheese, it's hard not to go for the cheese, especially when you're dealing with a rookie that pretty much any advantage, any head start that you may be able to give him, you kind of want to go for it. So we're going to see if we can get gold, which we should be able to. The 400s are just there all day. As long as Kyler Murray hasn't been playing Fortnite, hasn't been Robloxing, and he's on point and got the timing down pat with his new wide receiver, the first-round pick, we're going to be able to get gold here. Maybe we'll have a little bit of house money, try to get the big shot play, which I think we will. We get one more grab here. Try to go for that 500 in the end zone. With a route, though, man. This guy is crisp out of these cuts. I'd love for him to get a free dev, regardless of what his base dev is out of the draft class. We're going deep. Oh, money! Money! All right, bringing it live, keeping it in, even if I mess up for the rant. I hate this fucking drill. This is the worst drill in the game. Like, how do you get gold? I can get gold on any other drill. I've done this drill 100 times. I might have got gold like there, like that. This is a fucking quarterback drill. Okay? Why am I not getting points and not having an opportunity because my wide receiver can't hold on to the football? Like, that goes down as a punishment for me in a training drill and exercise that has nothing to do with the wide receivers. I hate this drill. I hate this drill with the passion. I hate the fact that there's so many different drills. Like, look, what the fuck? Like, who do I go to here? Hopefully he can get in front. No, he just sits there because he has no anticipation. The fact that if you go into, like, the regular season, right, there's so many other drills for the quarterback spot, right? You can do, like, read option. You can work on, like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But this is the one you have to do in training camp. It's like an absolute joke and waste of development opportunity having this. Like, what do I do there? What do I ever... There's one guy in the end zone. He's triple covered. But I have to stack a goddamn multiplier. Unless there's, like, a glitch, a hack, a cheese that I don't know about this drill. Is there a way to audible that I don't know? Because all along I always thought it was stack your completions, right? Because that's going to build up your multiplier and then get the shot down, get the, the shot plays as they come in. Look at this, beautiful. Yep, that's a great route. Yeah, lots of good things there. But all it takes is one guy to drop a pass, and then this like multiplier that you've grinded and stacked, and right there, that's a perfect fucking pass. He catches that 9 times out of 10. No, but he doesn't. So now we don't have a shot at getting any upgrades for Kyler Murray. God, I love it. God, I love it. God, it's so good. I love it. Fuck. So now that we're here into some gameplay, we're going to make a quick adjustment to our sliders because as far as I know, we have glitched fatigue. The fatigue is currently not working as intended because I bugged it. So we are going to shave the fatigue down to 40. We're going to start at 40, see if it improves. Because essentially what I've seen, I've heard, like, I saw Mills talking about it on Twitter. And if he's talking about it, maybe he talked to somebody that would for sure know something. Progressive fatigue is glitched in franchise mode. I had it on when I started because obviously we wanted to have this as realistic as possible, put in all the things that make it more challenging. But then when all the slider people came out and said it does nothing, and actually it only affects your team because the progressive fatigue doesn't affect the CPU team, was what was said, I turned it off. I was like, all right, that makes no sense. I don't want to just deal with fatigue if no one else is. So I turned that off, and it seems like there's a sizable portion of this community that said even though you turn it off, it still is like applied under the hood. So that is like the biggest mystery we had last season is why was Marcus House and some of my other stars, but most predominantly Marcus House, always off the field. He was always, like, he had a ridiculous season, and he still played, it felt like he played like 70% of snaps, where he needs to be playing 85. He's a tight end. And I was like, oh, well, you know what, maybe his stamina sucks. No, 84, average, bang on average, should not be coming in and out of the lineup like he was. And to get to the bottom of it, it seems like the stamina is currently glitched, so we're going to take it down from 65 down to 45 and just see if our starters stay out there a little bit longer until a patch gets released for franchise mode, if that will ever freaking happen. So, all that being said, we actually got some upgrades here from training camp. We are going to go through, oh, look at that, some nice ones. We're going to go through the preseason games here. It's not like year one preseason when we have a bunch of question marks, a bunch of positional battles. For the most part, our team feels pretty good. We feel pretty good about our starters. So, unless there's like a crazy meme highlight or something like that, it's going to be a quicker preseason than usual. There's no positional battles for the most part. This is all going to be maybe a depth guy steps up, maybe makes a ridiculous catch, maybe makes a big-time play. We'll showcase that. Maybe we have a depth guy that's just unblockable, gets a couple sacks. We'll showcase that as well. But for the most part, we're just going to go through the preseason, show some highlights. The big finale, though, is getting already geared up for week one of the regular season. All right, and first play with backups in, throw a touchdown there, wide open, John Mechie. Yeah, not a big fan of this defense early on. Seems like there's a lot of guys just wide open. Go, Michael Wilson. Again, got smashed on the release there, but tried our best. Oh, there we go. Archibald, first round pick. First game, gets a touchdown. The speed is real. Something that definitely can be implemented in our offense this year, we never have used it at any point, is the screen pass. Now that we have a converted wide receiver in Calvin Austin, that could be a money play. Chance get the go-ahead score here. We got our power back, Michael Carter. It's absolutely not a power back, but we'll punch that one in, get a nice little lead here. I want to win every preseason game. It's good momentum to roll into week one. God, man, Michael Wilson. I think that puts him up almost over 100. He's been impressive. Might have earned himself a roster spot. So you end it. That's how you end it. 1-0 to start the preseason. Just disregarding the play call and calling audible and blitzing yourself. But 20-13. We get things started out right. Terms of standouts. Defense short up a little bit once the Texans pulled their starters. Clayton Tune, 14-25, 215 yards, 1 touchdown, no turnovers. Calvin Austin was dynamic as always. Tyquan Thornton made a couple plays. Archibald got a touchdown, but Michael Wilson, standout offensively. 5 catches, 118 yards. Chad Muma, 7 tackles, a TFL, and a sack. He was slated to be a starter. Maybe he's trying to fight for that spot. Does not want to lose it. Zayvon Collins, also a sack and a TFL. Good start to the preseason. No injuries to talk about either. That's the big dub. Go. A little bit of pressure there. Game 2 of the preseason against Kansas City. Usually Big Red in that second preseason game. We might get a full half out of Patrick Owen Mahomes here. All right, Pacheco just glitches 8 tackles. Cool. I'm terrified about our defense. We are going to fucking give up 40 points week 1. Confident about that. But I'm also confident we could score 41 points week 1. There we go. Roosevelt Bonds, home run hitter. Go. Go. Let's go. 75-yard house call first play of the offensive drive, of the offensive game. Let's go. Oh, yeah, baby. Ojulari, big-time sack. Momentum all in favor here in this intense preseason game with the Cardinals. Let's go, Hollywood Brown. This might be your trade tape. This might be your justified to stay on the team and just give us 3 all-out speed guys. You, Rondale, and Archibald. Can you be a unit, or do you need to get traded? First down, this game gets put away. We're going to look for Michael Wilson, 14. That was a reliable set of hands last week. Oh, my God, we got him. We got him, 14! Is making the roster. And a crowded wide receiver room, 14, has been him during this preseason. Now, in the preseason, wasn't as pretty, even though it's a big win on the road. Anytime you can take down the Chiefs. Clayton, too, not his finest performance, needs to be said. 1 touchdown, 4 picks. But Kyler looked good, looked sharp. 75-yard tutty for Roosevelt Bonds, looked great. Cameron Rollins, hidden dev tight end. Standing out here a little bit. Hollywood Brown, 84 yards and a touchdown. Michael Wilson continue to find a way to make plays. On the defensive side, had a couple sim picks here. Garrett Williams and J.J. Rutledge, who's kind of been the standout on the defensive side of the ball. But 2-0 in the preseason and still no injuries. Knock on wood. Let's go, Wilson. Well, Wilson. We go for this. Why not? It's the preseason. Actually, might be able to get them inside with Bond. We can get a first down still. Get your blocks. Let's go, baby. Roosevelt Bonds punches it in. Uh-oh. Is that an official injury? That was Kenny Hodges. Okay. Yeah, you're not, no, you're good. Shut him down for the preseason. Jesus, man. Get the fucking starters out. Should be able to toggle this. Like, I don't want my start. Honestly, 3rd preseason game, not a single starter should be, let alone they're playing the first half. Hey, I don't know why the starters are still in. I hate it. I don't want to go through all the depth chart. Might bite me in the ass if there's an injury. But also, shout out Hollywood Brown. Proving his trade stock and or team stock. Whatever way you want to look at it. Gone. What an audible. Kyler Murray reading the game well. Calvin Austin against his former team. We're gonna have just an unreal, a filthy rushing attack this year between him and Roosevelt Bonds. Again, just honestly, the main takeaway that I got from the offensive side of the ball is holy fuck, our backups suck. Oh no, Clay Toots holding his knee. Oh no. Do it for Clayton Tune. The preseason, which we're pretty happy about, 22-19 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. In a game where Kyler Murray played more than he wanted to, but again, no turnovers for Kyler. Happy with where he's at. The rushing attack was on point here today. Hollywood Brown with another touchdown. House made a couple grabs. Michael Wilson firmly established himself as a guy that should be making the final 53. On the defensive side, we got a Dion Francois interception late in the game. But all eyes shift towards a potential just tough injury to Clayton Tune. Oh yeah, though, to end the preseason, Marcus House gets a skill point to bring him to a lovely 90 overall to start his 2nd season in the league. Looking at the injuries, Paris Johnson himself didn't play. Hayes, depth guy, got hurt. Clayton, it's not season ending. Luckily. But we are going to need a quarterback, a backup. We'll wait some of the roster cuts ahead of week 1. We'll find ourselves a fun backup, I'm sure. All right, so for our roster, this one pains, but he got phased out here. Corey Clement. Oh, there's a cap penalty, though, if we get rid of him. All right, let's see if we can just stuff our practice squad here. We got Reggie Logan. This is actually a guy that I found when I was just looking through. He was a UDFA, hidden dev, wide receiver. Sure, put him there. Jesse Laquetta, the Canadian. Can't be, we got to get onto the roster here, buddy. Sorry. Can't be best friends with every member of the roster. Barno, just don't need him. Bo Melton, don't need that much depth at wide receiver. Armour Davis, just don't need that kind of depth. Same with Anthony Schwartz, got a little bit younger at that spot. Deshaun Reed was another one of those UDFAs, kind of picked up through the grapevine. We'll put him and see if we could stash him on the practice squad. Is there a dead cap? $3 million. That's the problem, man. We've drafted well enough. Okay, we're good at Dylan Moses. Didn't really work out there. Just don't have a lot of depth. Ty Nixon. He did have a start dev last year. Lost it just because he didn't play. But we'll put him there. We got Kevin Bacon, first team all name. He needs to stick around. Keith Taylor needs to stick around. This is tough. We might just... I don't want to get rid of Michael Carter. We gotta eat it with Corey Clement. Thank you for everything. Thanks for being one of our first studs that we found, but can't squeeze you on the roster. I just can't do it. Can't find a way to make that happen. 2 players need to get released. Where are we strong? Where do we got bodies? We don't need all these guys at D tackle. Again, we'll just eat the dead cap there on Kinlaw. A little light at linebacker. What do we got? Too many corners? Damn. This is tough. All right, gotta be. I guess we'll just hopefully Clark can stay on the practice squad. So we do need to sign a backup quarterback for the first 5 weeks of the season. Looking at who's available. Now, Josh Rosen's there is interesting. Josh Dobbs, another interesting player, especially within the context of the Arizona Cardinals. However, I just think at this point, why not? Why not bring in Kirk Cousins? Has the mentorship tag, so we'll get some extra XP for Kyler Murray over those 5 weeks for whatever that's worth. Why not? So as we gear up for week 1, quick rundown of the upcoming scouting process, draft class, what we got working on. It's just a generic, standard, high percentage. We got the wide receiver corner role, so I just don't need those positions, but we can line up a 3-star, just get the most information that we possibly can. West region, I like this one a little bit because I do think we could be looking for a left tackle. Tackle could be a big spot in this draft when we could scout them. It was just, you know what? We should do that. Because DJ Humphries, I need DJ Humphries. I have 3 superstar corners and my wide receivers. In a perfect world, I can get a 3-star scout that would have wide receiver offensive tackle. That just does not exist. Is there even what do we got? O tackle, outside linebacker, O tackle, D tackle. Sure. We'll go with Brian Townsend as our new natty scout. Just because I do think tackle is going to be potentially the big opportunity for us to invest in our first-round pick to get Humphrey. So we're going to focus on tackle there. We're going to focus on tackle in the West. In the Central region, it's your generic wide receiver corner. Northeast, we're going to look at wide receiver corner. And in the Southeast, the end and offensive tackle. That is our 2-star scout. So we are definitely going to be fully knowledgeable if there is a really good tackle in this class. Look at that. Very, very weak. That might be the lightest quarterback class I have seen. At least there's a top 5 projected pick, but only 3 draftable quarterbacks in this whole class. Unless there's a diamond in the rough. That is rough. We got the running backs there. Wide receiver. Speedster and Crompton out of Florida. We're not going to be, crazy in terms of looking early for wide receiver. I always like seeing if we get one of those 6'8 guys we see sometimes in rebuilds. Trey Presley, 6'6", 198. Real weird build there out of Wisconsin. Weird in the good way. Like, I'm intrigued. The guy's built like Mike Evans on Slim Fast. Another big guy there, Gary, 6'6". Another 6'6". Okay, there's a lot of height in this year's draft. So I can always want to look to add potentially. All right, what do we got tackle? Dante Robinson out of Colorado. Deion Sanders. Guys, we look at Paul Lowry already got the A in run blocking. Interesting. Jackson, Devine, Hewitt. I love the fact that there's 6 first-round projected tackles and then nothing else. So a staggering drop-off at left tackle. Interior, we got 4 guys projected to go in the first round. And I think in the context of Madden anyways, you got, I mean, you might be able to throw this guy here. Max McKinney as a potential tackle convert at 6'6", 339. Get incredibly light. I just focused all this, and there's like 10 draftable tackles in this whole draft. Like, draftable! Okay? I mean, that is a gigantic human being. Trey Cook at a Texas, 6'8", 3'4". The good news, it's give and take. The bad news is just not a lot of depth there. Not a lot of opportunities to swing, especially outside of the first round. The good news is that I'm going to have pretty much all of the first-rounder guys fully scouted. 2 of them make that 3 of the top 5 projected picks are offensive tackles, which is good and bad. It's good because we'll see if they're actually legit and worth trading up for. It's bad because we're probably going to be too good to even draft these guys, so our pool might just be Trey Cook and everyone else here. Maybe you might have 3 or 4 guys that could be available. Defensively, okay. I mean, it's just way too early, but kind of getting the strength and weakness of the draft. Not a lot there at D-tackle. Amari Barr, that's a great name. That guy's going to be a X-factor just off of name alone. Got some freaks at corner. Don't need corners, even though it is a strength of this year's draft. Thad Griggs, top of the board there. Okay. Looks like a solid draft class. Weird, though, that I think we went heavy on tackle, and there's such a discrepancy for just how many guys are available at tackle. We have a very big time season open here, though. Week 1 on the road, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. So our goal here is we'll just make the playoffs. Humble goal. Should be achievable. A lot of competition, though. San Francisco. I mean, all these teams are legit in the NFC West. There's no cupcake team. What do we got here for opening week? How do you feel about the Niners? Well, we got the Niners. We're gonna trade points. I don't feel overly confident with my defense right now. And I think it's going to be running the football. Using the over-aggressiveness of Nick Bosa, Hargrave, all those guys trying to get upfield. That's where Roosevelt Bonds. That's where Calvin Austin is going to have to step up and make a play. And we got to come up with a hell of a game plan because we got to stop CMC. We got to stop pretty much everybody else around Brock Purdy. Not really worried about this guy, but I'm worried about Debo. I'm worried about Kittle. I'm worried about CMC. So we're going to take away the inside run. Offensively, I do want to... It wants to work on the blitz counter. I think more so I want to work on running it to the outside. We're going to need to keep the football on the ground. I won't cheese any gold medals here in little mini camps, mini games. Just want to get into week 1. Healthy. Ready to go. Offensively, in terms of injuries, everyone is good to go. Defensively, in terms of injuries, everybody is good to go. Let's go. Start the season 1-0. Kick the shit out of the Niners into enemy territory. Many think the San Francisco 49ers are going to be our big test, our big rival in the division for not only the divisional title, but for the 1 seed in the NFC. Lots of talent. They got the point guard in Brock Purdy. You got maybe the best running back in the NFL in CMC. You got maybe the best utility weapon in the NFL in Deebo Samuel. A top 3 tight end in George Kittle. Some great pieces on defense. But they're not better than us. We're going to go prove it right now in their own backyard. I'm 3rd and 9. We'll gamble here a little bit. They're probably going to want to just hand this off. Oh, yeah, baby. Zaven Collins brings down CMC 1 yard short of the first down. We force a punt. I'm shocked that there's no Bosa out there. Where's Bosa? Is he hurt? Okay. Okay, turf toe. Doesn't matter, they still just got a fucking sack. But okay, no Bosa. Gives us a shot here. Oh yeah, this fucking... my own line. Dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And there you go. He's going to go untouched probably. Oh, there we go. We can work for it. Hey, here we go. Saving Collins again. TFL, the first drive, big sack there. Maybe enough to stunt their drive here and hold them to a field goal at worst. Let's run with CMC. We got 3rd and 11. Damn. Okay, good. Yeah, they're going backwards. He's taking his check downs. He's a game manager. We know what he does. Even though that was a... let's just go blitz. Even though that was a nice throw there to Debo. That was probably more Debo got open. We are going to try to just control the middle of the field here. Oh! Go! Ojulari! I don't know who got that sack. Let's go! Home fans are stunned. Sack fumble on Purdy in the red zone. Who was it? Is that Boogie Basham? Silas, the rookie. Mid-round day 3 pick. Sack fumble in his first game. Ojulari, a season after breaking the NFL sack record. I don't know what that was. An 85-yard touchdown return. Let's go. Oh, yeah, man. He saw that. Brock Purdy heard the footsteps. Panics. And that is a punt defense, man. This Jim Johnson defense. It's what the NFL needs. 3rd and 6. We got Archibald. The first-round pick. Ooh, that could be juicy. If the O-line can hold up. I thought we had it. Oh, come on. That's just lack of chemistry. There was something. That's a wasted drive. Ooh, I've been having luck dropping back into coverage, but let's see if we can heat up Ojulari off the edge here. There's no chip. Oh, you get him to throw it away, man. This defense, different animal. We all knew a long field goal attempt, which they miss. Get out of here. Ufanga, take him for a ride. They're 9. Field goal range to take points. Man, we got too many weapons here to just be stalling like this offensively. Kick it. And the superstar kicker. Down the middle. 10-point lead. 2 scores. As our offense hasn't been impressive. I think the same could be said for the Niners offense. Milton Williams gets the double team, but he collapses the pocket. And another outstanding job by the defense. Let's establish the run. 2nd and long runs. That's what we're about. Get off your block. Ooh, nice little cut there. We do get the ball to start the second half, so if we can chew up a lot of this clock, make sure we touched the ball last year for at least most of the second quarter. I mean, it's all about possessions here. 3rd and 3. I'd love to get this to the rookie Archibald. Quickly to Archibald. Makes the grab. First official catch for the first-round pick out of Oregon. Clutch too. Chain mover. There we go. Marcus House. First catch and run is a good one into Niner territory. We get here. Now, the broken play. I don't know. That was Lewis Seen getting there late. Former first-round pick of the Vikings. And Marcus House, who's had a quiet. I mean, just generally, passing offenses had quiet. But Marcus House, that's how you do it. Ojulari. Monster, man. Absolute monster. Trying to prove he's not a one-hit wonder. He's not Mbop. That, man. Forces. That's actually kind of an insane throw. Nah, they're going to get quick. Get home. Yes. The tandem effort. I think that might have been the rookie Duval. Makes it so it's not a gimme. The pass rush is there, and we get into halftime holding the Niners. Boogie Basham to only 3 points. The turnaround from last year's defense, which was easily bottom of the league, to this year, it's been very impressive. Second and 10. Getting a little pass happy, I'll say that this drive. Yes. Greenlaw's good. He's not that good. Let's go, rookie. Let's go, rookie! Archibald with the touchdown! And there's... Maybe we just got one of those good problems where there's too many weapons on the offense. Opposing defenses don't know who to cover. Double team house. Archibald wide open. And that's how you open your account, rook. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. They didn't deserve that. They didn't earn it. That's just, they got a 99 that can make plays at CMC. You always got to account for that. It's almost inevitable. Kyler running. Look at her. No! Yes. No, what the fuck? How do we never pick that up? My guy was there first. What was Austin doing? Was he down? No. And then look at this. Just Archibald. Yeah, you got... Wow, they get a home run, 75-yard touchdown, and then they force a fumble the next play? Madden 24, all Madden. No way that happens. What a ridiculous series of events to happen one after another. Should have fucking slide, man, or got out of bounds. That's my fault. Bail us out. Need the defense here. Bail us out. Get us the ball back. No points allowed. Be huge. Look at that. The pass rush gets there. Oh, it does it ever. Duval, the rookie. 3rd round pick. I think that might be his 2nd sack of the day. God bless his defense. Oh, great. Roosevelt Bonds. Doesn't look too bad. Hopefully it's just the shits. Bruce Sternum, huh? He was holding his wrist. All right, so we're going Calvin Austin. We're going to do lots of this. Lots of running back routes out the backfield. Okay. So I thought. That's what I thought. Let's go. 3rd and 16. Got to get off the field. Defense hasn't given me any reason to think that we can't. Ojulari, look at the pass rush, man. Right in his face again. Let's go house. Oh, that's a matchup right there. 2 hands on the football. Of course there's a fumble! Please give me this back for all sanity, please. Thank you. Oh, thank God. How do I... Where's the goddamn adjustment here? Coach adjustments. Freaking... There you go. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's take it. Let's go with James Conner, man. This is a power. He knows how to get it done. Watch him fumble. 3rd and goal, huh? Let's go slants. And usually in this range, this is going to be tuck it and run with Kyler Murray, unless there's someone completely wide open. The rookie, Archibald. Let's go. 2nd touchdown for the 1st round pick. That could and should be the dagger in this matchup. Oh, that's it. Hey, it's tough. That's tough, man. Linebackers on Ayuk. All right, whatever. That's garbage time. Garbage time. I mean, I would love the defense, the final score to be reflective of how well and how dominant our defense has been, but let them celebrate garbage time touchdowns all they want. Here we go. First stats over. Before there was Devon Achane and Keaton Mitchell, there was a Calvin Austin in my franchise mode. Here we go. Run it up on them. Fuck them. Fuck the Niners. Ain't bad, baby. Outstanding. That was the biggest thing we needed to change last year. Offensively, we had the best offense in the NFL, arguably. At worst, top 3. Defense was the worst in the league. And here we go against, arguably, you look at the remaining schedule, that's probably going to be one of the toughest teams we play. And they got garbage time points. Utter domination to start this revenge story for the Cardinals. 38-17 over the Niners in a matchup. Oh, my God. Look at that. The completion percentage. Love seeing that 61. It's not some bullshit automatic stuff. Kyler Murray, 191 yards. Not prolific, but 3 touchdowns, no picks. Hot start for Kyler to go along with a nice little scramble there as well. Hopefully the injury for Roosevelt Bonds not severe, but we do have Calvin Austin. We do have Michael Carter. We have guys that can fill the void, but after that big preseason, man, you just want to see Roosevelt Bonds out there with the starters. Marcus House continues his domination. 8 catches, 139 yards, and a touchdown. 35 yards, 2 tutties for our first-round pick, Steven Archibald. And maybe a little bit more chatter goes to the Hollywood Brown trade rumors. Didn't even register. I don't even know if he had a target all game long. Defense, though, is the story of the day. Owen Papo, 7 tackles, 2 TFLs, and a sack. 2 TFLs, sack and a half for Ojulari. We got a sack, 3 TFLs from the rookie Braylon Duval, which is outstanding. 2 TFLs and a sack from Boogie Basham. A TFL, a sack, and a huge forced fumble for Quentin Silas that led to a big-time defensive time. I mean, Ojulari's probably going to get Defensive Player of the Week. Game ball, you pick. So many guys could have got it. Team ball. I'm going to give it to the defense, right? Outstanding. Love it. Got some nice upgrades from the Fallout. Owen Papo. Big blitz, big sack again. For whatever reason, just continues to get denied dev trade increases. Ojulari, who might very well be Defensive Player of the Week here in Week 1. Usually you get a big-time defensive touchdown. Puts you near the top of the list unless some other big-time performance. But I want to see here, what is the injury status of Roosevelt Bonds? All right, it's my center that's hurt all the time. Okay. At least Bonds is good. And we reached our little scenario goal here by winning. Marcus House representing the O-line. Look at that. Plus 4,500 XP. For everyone on the O-line is gigantic boost here to get, especially Week 1. And the highlight of all that is Paris Johnson getting the skill point up to an 86. Quietly becoming one of the best young tackles in the NFL. And that's how you start things off, man. Good, healthy, for the most part, outside of Clayton, too, unfortunately. Healthy preseason. Start Week 1. Big divisional win. Dominant division win. No Player of the Week performance, which is, maybe a little bit added motivation. But we feel real good. Look at that, man. Offensively, we did our job. I don't think we're 24. It is what it is. But defensively, look at that turnaround. It's very, very small sample scope. We got a gigantic matchup against a very good 85 overall Seahawks team. That's a good start. It's a great start. Happy with where we're at. And that is going to do it here for today's episode of the Arizona Cardinals franchise mode. We'll be back tomorrow on the channel with a realistic rebuild of the Chicago Bears. Make sure you guys check it out. If it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until your boy next size, your boy C4. Saints, peace out. Love ya. Have a good one. How do I jumble up my outro? Huh? Love you.